Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese Podcast. It's E3 2017. This is the Free Cheese versus EA. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Mark Augustiniak, Matt Sellner.
Sup?
Free Cheese is normally a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. However, it's time for the annual Electronic 3, where we talk about video games and video game announcements. EA had the press conference. We just saw it.
That's one word for it.
What's the hole that I scream into? Which one's that one?
Your own asshole.
Oh, you liked it.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. God, no.
Well, because throughout the duration of it, when I got up and walked away and just decided it'd be more fun to sit in the bathroom and try and fish an eyelash out of my eye than watch that, you were giving me shit for not paying attention.
Well, yeah, because you never know. It could turn on a dime.
Oh, I knew when they brought out that fucking YouTube guy with half a sleeve and, Macklemore's haircut. I don't even know what a Macklemore is, but I assume...
Fish.
Okay, I assume that guy is the closest thing that I'll ever...
That's a mackerel.
Fuck. That wasn't good. That was not a good time.
No. Whenever it wasn't showing games is when the fury inside me got bigger.
You know when I liked EA? I liked EA when they were sandwiched in the middle of Monday.
I feel like...
After we already watched Microsoft,
Yeah.
we were waiting on PlayStation later in the night, and that was something to do while you got caught up with the rest of the news that was getting announced.
I feel like since... What was it? Is it SimCity 4? I feel like ever since they messed up on that horribly, they've just been trying to get back on track with things, and I guess they thought getting YouTubers and trying to be with the in crowd to get people interested with everything.
You know what? I think it's gonna work for that crowd. It just it immediately told me that
I don't think it works for E3.
They don't want me. No, it does. It works for E3, but not for the. It works for a different crowd. Remember years ago when everything was still on G4 and that was a TV channel that people watched and paid attention to. Back then, you had a specific audience they were catering to as well. That big mass thing, and now they're totally going after the.
Yeah, now we're all watching E3.
Yeah, but now they're going after the. Hey, I want to get a fast vroom vroom car and drink Monster Energy drinks and watch Twitch, and that's...
But we didn't
2 to 3 things you just described me.
Yeah, but nobody came there for that. Everybody came for the games and wanted to see games, and they just bullshit.
I don't know, man. I think they totally went over the Zoomies crowd.
Zoomies, they don't watch this. They are not watching this.
But their friends are gonna go. Someone's watching it, and their friend's gonna go. Dude, did you watch the EA thing? They announced you can play as Nicholas 2 in Battlefield 1. And Jerry the Jan was there wearing his suntan. Whoever that guy was.
It was Snow Mountain 60 or something like that.
Whatever.
It was just a bad presentation of everything. It's not what we wanted. It's what we hated before, and it's they just repeated that.
Mm-hmm.
I could have got past all the Twitch, YouTube bullshit if what they showed was good, and what they showed was
every time they
not
talk about
good.
a game, and they're like, "But before we get into it, no, shut up.
Let's cut to the tent outside with some asshole playing on a TV that has a sun glare on it.
That was great.
Let me show you the first 20 seconds of NBA Live that way.
Do you really? I can't imagine seeing NBA Live 18 for the first time any other way than
A slow-mo video.
A video of somebody else's screen.
Pretending like he's controlling it, obviously, is a replay, because the game's not in that much slow motion.
Yeah, he was just telling what he did with each joystick. Is that all that game is just joysticks?
NBA 2K is not, and that's what makes that game amazing, so...
I don't know, man. That just wasn't... It wasn't impressive at all. Should we run through kind of play-by-play?
Do.
Yeah?
Because
right.
I had a little fun with the notes when I got bored.
Yeah, you did. I don't know.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
All right, I'm glad that I'm not just being a fucking dick.
No, that was bad.
I felt like I was being a dick.
I was waiting till everything was over to have...
Yeah.
a real voice on it.
So, quick question.
Yeah, that's how I am. Because, one thing could turn that around.
Quick question. No, I don't know about that, man.
A burnout game would make me happy.
The whole time, it was painful.
So, yeah, there was no Burnout. There was no Skate 4. None of what you wanted to see. No Dead Space. It was a lot of sports. and some other stuff. So they started off with Matt, you took some very good notes. The spoiler sizzle reel, as Matt wrote it.
Why?
Which, like, the sizzle reel showed everything they were gonna show, except also showed.
It's just as fucking bad when you watch a trailer online for a movie and they show the little like 10-second version as an ad right before it. But here's the thing: it's not an ad that you can like skip through this. No, it's a part of the video file, so you have to sit through that first 10 seconds. So technically you're watching 2 ads before the video. Anyway, this is bullshit.
This is really bad. They show a screenshot of The Sims cooking, which never fucking happened.
Yeah, what?
I don't know. Then so they open up with Tom Brady marching band, which was just fantastic.
I actually kind of enjoyed that.
I guess it was fine, but Nick Cannon never showed up, so I'm not impressed.
I'm waiting for this to be the year of the orchestra after
the
Year of Dreams Part 2 conference.
I'm fine with live music. I don't.
Usher live music?
Yeah, even we.
All right. You heard it here first.
Yes. Madden 18 showed off. No surprise there, except for the fact they're also getting a story mode, which character models look like they're straight out of
Mass Effect,
pre-patch Mass Effect Andromeda. Not really good looking, but yeah, it's called Long Shot. It
is interesting that now like a lot of sports games are kind of doing this.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Like, I don't know, like Fight Night Champion, I think it was called Champion, was like the first one that tried it, and I think it had some success. I think that was one of the high points of that game. And then you see what NBA 2K has been doing in the new generation, like since PS4 and Xbox One and stuff.
Yeah.
That's been successful. And then you see FIFA do it last year, and I want to say that last year that was a high point of that game, was that story mode.
It's kind of like a Call of Duty thing where it's like you have people who want to play just the online mode, you get right to the game, or people want to play the offline story and just get a taste of it that way.
Yeah, I mean
it's fine.
Like, MLB The Show is going that way too. Like this year, kind of implemented. I think next year is going to be a bigger thing into that. So they're all kind of getting that story mode.
That's kind of what I
hop on the train.
That's kind of what I wanted out of Rock Band.
Yeah, I guess I'm cool with that.
It's just like, hey, go on a tour, pick this or pick this. It's like, all right.
So then they cut to what is hopefully this year's Weed Dome, where EA built a
play arena.
No
pun intended.
It looked just like their icon in the background. It looked like a maze of.
It was a maze of fucking computer monitors and nerds sitting at it.
It's that maze that you put a little silver ball through to try to like. Mm-hmm. It was that.
It was just those with I presume influencer YouTube type people.
They were using the buzzword game changers.
Oh right, game changers. I forgot the game changers were there. Then they show off a little bit of Battlefield 1. There are 9 new maps coming this summer, new operations for the
best game mode. It is operations.
Got
it. That's the mode where it's kind of similar to that Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3 thing you saw at the end of Battlefront.
Yes.
It's that's really truly epic moments.
I like the use of melee weapons.
That game, that game is really good.
Like the horseback spear, that was cool.
Yeah.
Like I hate the fact that I had to watch this game that I really like in this conference because it makes the game look bad when it's really not.
Because they start off showing off Battlefield 1 with this the Twitch montage of just like,
and that can be biased.
I don't know. I
mean, it could be, but I don't know.
They're playing a game that they either like or they quote like. Cha-ching.
Take it from the guy who's not getting paid to say this. Battlefield 1 is a great game.
Yeah,
but I mean, I've heard good things about the game.
It
was just a weird.
Right then, I knew within the first 5 minutes of this conference that this was not going to be for me. They've got these idiots making faces and anyway,
what was the name of that DLC? What, The Rise of Tsar or something like that?
Yeah,
something like that. I forgot to put the name.
TSAR. FIFA Championship. So again, they double down on this
championship series for Madden and FIFA.
Yeah, they double down on this Twitch creator esport bullshit of just assholes yelling at each other and testosterone. Then FIFA 18.
So it started off with that
was fucking
bad.
Oh my god. So there's these two guys that I don't even want to talk about because I don't want to give them more fucking stage time than they already had. 1, 2 deserve, and 3 fuck them. That was the worst.
You don't want to wear.
That might be the worst thing that happened since like fucking Jamie Kennedy.
You don't want to wear a picture of your clothing on your clothing?
That was the worst thing. That was so fucking bad.
Well, it does end with the sequel to...
No, it ends with a bullet in my fucking mouth. That's what it ends with. That was so bad.
It was just long. It was really long.
It wasn't games.
long.
That's the problem. It wasn't games.
So
I don't care what kind of game. It just
I know.
wasn't.
I'm like, as you're saying it, I'm like flashing back to it, and it's just
that could have been
horrible.
better if they didn't show the hype trailer for these two guys for 30 seconds.
They show the hype trailer for these two guys. Then
And
they
you're like,
bring
that's
this,
it.
Yeah, great. Okay, we see these guys. I don't
just
care.
so you get context of who was talking.
I don't know.
I thought
I don't
maybe
know.
it was going to be like a new talk show thing in like the franchise mode. That's where I thought I was going with that.
Right, and then they bring out these two guys,
And I'm like, oh.
and then these guys just are up there for. I mean,
Ever. It felt like forever. It's probably 3 minutes, but it felt like forever.
3 minutes in a fucking press conference that's an hour long is way too long.
When you're not entertaining, at least.
Oh, God.
But then it ends. They announce, or they tease a new trailer for The Journey Part 2, which I mentioned earlier is the story mode in FIFA that started last year. Seems like you're taking the same character after a big contract, it seems like. I didn't play the story mode last year, so I don't know the context completely, but yeah.
Which is good, but again, like I don't.
It should just start off with you playing like some kind of weird skirmish, and you break your legs. You don't play soccer for like the entire game until the very end, and then you finally get that redemption.
This just sort of.
Just take $1 million baby approach.
This made me miss the days of like fucking bar graphs. Like, take us back, man. Get me back to something just boring as shit.
Just like a PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, man. Fucking George Harrison, Nintendo, up there just like, hey, guys, let's take a look at some sales. Like, yeah, man. Tell me how good you guys are doing against the Xbox and the PlayStation 2 with that GameCube. Like, I yearn for that shit watching these two assholes on stage. But it got better because they brought some other asshole on stage who is just like, he was like Fidget Spinner the character, you know, like if you could turn a fidget spinner.
I don't even know which one we're talking about at this point.
This is the guy with the glasses, right?
The trendy,
the guy whose fucking teleprompter probably broke on him, and he
the poor guy. I kind of felt sorry for him there.
Still fuck him. Yeah. So I'm a YouTube creator, and anyway, I'm a YouTube creator, and I'm here to.
I could never tell anybody that was my job.
He introduced Need for Speed for some reason. He introduced his new friend.
Did you hear how he introduced it?
Yeah.
That's why I have it like that.
Need for Speed, Payback.
Dead air.
That's how.
I thought he got the guy's name wrong. Whoever he was shaking hands with, he was like, "Here's my boy." Like
he said, "Here's executive producer of the game, Marcus something," and then he went, "My boy Nick."
I thought he just said Mark, not Marcus. And then he said Nick, but I thought he was trying to like play off. He was going to say something else.
Well, Nick was referring to some guy behind him who was about to play the game live at Need for Speed Payback. You can play as 3 characters. There's a new customization in the game that allows you to find old beat to shit cars and kind of clean them up, repurpose them, blah, 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 blah.
Fine.
Bigger open world, et cetera, et cetera. They show off a mission type called a highway heist where they're chasing down some tractor trailer. It looks a lot like Burnout in this weird slowdown crash cam shit. Then in the what I hope is the beginning of a new trend in video games by EA, someone shouts, "I got this!" And it seemingly plays out a lot like a Fast and Furious movie ripoff.
I mean, wasn't that the plot of the first movie?
Basically, yeah. Let's steal a car off of a truck and drive it out. Cut to the EA Creators program or EA Originals. EA Originals, I think it is. It's their small indie thing where the first one they debuted with it was Unraveled a little while ago with Yarny. They're continuing to double down on those kind of independent style games with independent creators approaching them or them approaching independent creators. And they bring the sophomore approach to video games by the creator of Brothers, which you might remember as that adoring little co-op game featuring brothers. This is called A Way Out. It's about two dudes in jail. It is co-op, and it is only co-op. They really want you to know that this game is co-op. You will play as two guys trying to break out of jail, and the unique thing they kind of touted was that one person might be watching a cutscene on half of the screen while the other person is walking around freely within that cutscene and that kind of thing. Seems fine. So then they bring the guy out on stage, Joseph, whatever his name was. Get another reference to I Got This. That's 2 for 2 so far. Show that off. He's very, very, very excited about that game, which is kind of funny because I'm not. Yeah. Then they bring out Seed, the Search for Extraordinary Experiences division, where one of the EA executives talks about this thing where they're trying to push technology forward and whatever, and kind of mention how Project Scorpio is going to help them change things forever and blah, blah, blah.
Great.
Graphics.
They really don't show anything. They show like a picture from Madden, and they're like, look how great it looks. And it's like, okay, it looks great. Thanks. And then they cut to the reveal of BioWare's new IP called Anthem, which seemed...
I'm a little interested.
There was a big monster next to a wall and a mech suit.
I was getting like a Attack on Titan, like Pacific Rim vibe.
Yeah, I had a little bit of that. I heard they said something in the trailer and it was like a buzzword, and I was like, oh shit, that's what it is. Got it. I don't remember what it was now.
I don't remember.
But one of the characters calls something out, and I was like, oh, okay, this is what they're doing. Yeah. So we'll see. They said that's going to be more revealed at the Microsoft press conference. We get NBA Live 18, fortunately, which...
they said overhaul for the fourth time in 4 years.
Overhaul. So. They talked about experience, which is good. They rebuilt the game from the ground up. Again, we get a free demo in August where your progress will carry into the actual game. They're introducing The One, which is a story mode where you are the one. You can go from the streets to the league. So instead of making another NBA Street or NBA Jam, they're really doubling down on this bullshit. And, yeah, it's...
Isn't it, before you get into the next bullet point, isn't this the part where you said they should just be donating all their money to charities?
Yeah, like seriously, like if you're not going to make NBA Street, fine, make NBA Jam. If you're not going to do that, take all the money you were going to spend on NBA Live and just give it to some sick kids. They could use the money a lot more than NBA Live could, because NBA Live is the worst looking sick kid I've ever seen. That
LeBron's face on his after he dunks the ball.
All of them.
Oh my god, that looked worse than Scott Ryder at times.
They're soulless.
It's just like.
Just looks soulless.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like when McDonald's was making breakfast burritos and then they're like, oh shit, maybe we should just let Taco Bell do that. It's okay. 2K's making the real basketball game. You've got the rest of them, EA. Let somebody else do it.
Put the team to NHL. Please.
Just.
Please.
Donate the money. Which, it's funny that I called that out because right after that they were like, well, here's how we are donating some money. And EA talked about their charities program, which I think that was the point where they announced, what was that?
I forget.
Oh, I don't remember.
Cool.
This is the part of the conference where I'm like, oh god.
Yeah,
this is where I'm like realizing like there's nothing turning this around.
Star Wars Battlefront 2 still couldn't turn things around.
That was halfway decent.
Stormtroopers come out on stage.
God damn it.
They show a bunch of tweets from John Boyega crying about how there was no single-player campaign.
Well, there was a lot of tweets.
So that they could announce single-player campaign. They're bringing back Skirmish. They're bringing back a lot of everything from the old Battlefront games. Those Battlefront games. The old, those.
The original 1 and 2.
Right. All the stuff that you wish that the last one would have had. They're at least claiming to put in this one. And then
We'll see.
Yeah.
Did they give a date? Did we know a date? Did we know a date before
E3? I don't think they said anything. I don't think so. I would assume November. That was EA.
Yay.
Battlefront 2 looks more Battlefront, but with the things we want in it. I know that gameplay trailer went on forever, and that may not be even been part of the conference technically.
My thing is, like, when you look back on something, and your mind kind of plays it back as a movie, just very flat, very fluid, just beginning to end. I'm not joking. When I try and look back on that conference, it looks like I'm watching it all with a fucking shaky cam. Like, everything from that conference in my memory is so scattered and just shaky. I just don't care. It was so not for me.
It was bad.
I didn't sense any kind of real passion. Everybody just felt like they were programmed to say things and then do things, and then it happened, and like that's it.
I think that's a really good point. Like it was,
there was no love for the video games.
No, and it's a shame because the people making them are they do actually care, and they do want to make a good
like
thing.
That guy is promoting A Way Out. Some of it was staged, I think, but
he seems genuinely stoked on making a game. I mean,
there's probably some of those people who are just programmers just to have a paycheck. They're like, no, what, fuck this game, but I need money, so I'm gonna like tolerate this bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
but
like, there's people like, oh, I'm happy to be here. I'm so happy to be on the stage. Like, we don't. All right, we get it. Like, you have to say that, but like, yeah, none of it.
The
felt
messaging,
real.
it was as if like honestly, what that felt like was 16 different writers who all got in a room and wrote each 5-minute segment, and then they just sewed them all together.
No. It gets even more than that.
Without
There's 16
rehearsal.
writers sewing things together, but a dump from corporate saying this, and this needs to be in the conference.
It wasn't even sewn. It was like safety pinned.
Yeah. Yeah, at least the sewing has some sort of like thread to tie things together.
There was holes in this.
It was bad.
Remember the theme of Twitch?
God, I got this.
And that.
I got
Game changers,
this.
guys.
Yeah.
Game changers.
So no.
Let's do the same thing.
No skate. No.
I was gonna say, let's talk about what's not there.
No Burnout.
No Dead Space.
No Dead Space.
Not a single mention of Mass Effect.
No Mass Effect.
No Sims.
No Sims.
Despite the spoiler sizzle reel.
No Amy Hennig.
Yeah, I
Star
forgot
Wars
about
game.
that. Fuck.
I assumed that was going to be there. And you know what's
Like, just
fucked
give me a
up?
teaser trailer. I don't need the whole thing.
I don't know. All right, just ugh. All right.
It can only get better, I hope.
It has to.
It has to.
It has to.
It has to. It's so bad.
That was really bad.
I don't know what to do now. Like, the rest of my night is just this weird fog.
I'm gonna play Rainbow Six, so like that's my night.
Yeah. I don't. So what do we have coming up? We've got
Microsoft tomorrow.
The next one's Microsoft.
Then Bethesda.
Then
So that's
Bethesda.
2 solid ones I'm excited for.
All right. Well, that should be pretty good.
It would be That's gonna be better than that.
I'm curious. I'm curious.
It's gonna be better than that piece of shit, though.
Like this time around, before I used to dread it, but
And then Year of Dreams Part 3,
Yeah.
and then whatever Nintendo brings.
Year of Dreams Part 9. Actually, Nintendo is bringing, I think, what is written on my shirt here. I don't know if you can read that or not.
For those who are obviously listening, there's a phrase that's been often said on this podcast.
Yes.
And that is the region free means mother 3. Guess who's wearing it as a shirt?
You want to take a picture and we can post it to the Twitter? And the Instagram.
Well, microphones. You gotta... Can you move the mic for a second?
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
There you go. Yeah, smile, you beautiful bitch. Okay. The 3's kind of... There you go. You got it. Perfect face. Okay.
Oh, wow.
That happened. Look at that. So happy.
That's the happiest I've seen him all night.
That is pretty
At least
good.
after the EA press conference.
Now we got to see his face when it doesn't get announced.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Am I that red?
It could be just a lighting.
All right.
But you also did come...
I mean, you're angry at EA. Who can blame you?
That's fair. That's very
Yeah,
fair.
it's in the rage.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can maybe hope that they have some weird surprises like to trickle out throughout Microsoft and Sony, but
yeah, I guess they're
I don't
kind of
know.
known for doing that, isn't it? Like they don't really show everything.
I don't know. If you
Sometimes
want your
games seep into other things, so they might be like exclusives for those systems.
No, I think you want your big heavy hitters at your own conference. Like that's so dumb to have a conference if you're just going to trickle the big stuff out to the other developers.
Because like, the thing is, like, if they show like something really
Or
big,
the other conferences.
I would hate to see it again at another press conference. Like if they show Star Wars again, like why?
okay. So, Mark, Monday night at 9:00 p.m. for us. That time is Sony's press conference, and I don't know everything that's going to happen throughout Sony's press conference. That's part of the surprise. But I promise you, you are going to have to endure more Star Wars Battlefront 2. Promise you.
But I wonder if it's going to be like, is it at least going to
Also-
be like something a little different than
I
what
think
they
you're
showed,
gonna
or is it going to
see-
be the
right.
same exact thing?
I think you're going to get a
It's-
story trailer and that's it.
Live gameplay demo.
There's too much shit to show because you're going to have the live Destiny 2. You're going to have live Call of Duty. You don't need another gameplay
Do
demo.
you remember all of those little PlayStation logos and sounds that were happening all throughout the EA press conference? You're going to have,
You're going to have a story trailer.
you're going to have a FIFA trailer. You're going to have Battlefront. You're going to have, what was the other one that had a PlayStation logo? All of it.
How long are these press conferences?
Hey, it's just EA
He's
part
saying
2.
this. You're not going to... I highly doubt you see FIFA at PlayStation.
They'll have a snip. Maybe not. I don't know.
You might see as part of the sizzle reel at the end,
Is
where it
They
belongs.
better not show it in the beginning because last year they didn't do that.
I don't know.
Did
Anyway.
Who had the Battlefield? Who was that? Was that Microsoft or was that Sony?
Battlefield? I don't know. Microsoft, I think.
I would say Microsoft because
I
Medal
think
of Honor I
Microsoft
think
did.
was Sony
Medal of Honor.
Ugh.
because that was DICE.
I don't know.
Do you say?
Anyway, this is not how you do a press conference.
Right. So.
Use this as an example.
Or is this the future?
No.
No.
last
no,
year,
no,
last
no,
year was
no,
the
no, no.
future.
Orchestras
gonna-
and
You start
nothing
off
but
with God of War every time.
orchestras and nothing but badass gameplay, and just give me a Crash remaster again.
Yeah. Region free means Mother 3. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll do some Microsoft, do a little bit of Bethesda. Yeah, that'll be Sunday. So yeah, stay tuned, if you will. We'll try and keep these as brief as possible. We kind of went longer than I expected us to on EA after that.
It was just a lot of pain. We had
It
to
was,
get
yeah. It just, oh my God. It was bad. It was bad.
I mean, I know.
I know.
that.
I'm not trying to convince you. I know you know. Just nothing can
I'm just
say.
saying Battlefront 2 wasn't half bad.
That's true. Yeah. So we'll be screaming on Twitter. We'll be doing all the things. The free cheese is at some free cheese. Mark is at og_mental. Matty Ice 131. Me, the free cheese. Region free means Mother 3. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, listener, for hanging out with us, talking about EA's disaster at E3 2017. We'll see you soon.